Hello everyone, welcome to SIG Node CI meeting. This is April 10. We'll walk over the agenda. Uh, is Kevin around? Doesn't look like. I think he has a bunch of PRs that he needs approvals on. Uh, One is moving the node critical test to eviction test lane. I was quickly taking a look at it. Do we know what are node critical tests and why do we want to move this? I see Ed has a few comments in here. Ed, do you have any idea?
Let me see. I don't remember. It was some time ago when I reviewed it.
Okay. Yeah,
Just a
here,
moment.
yeah, here it says I'd prefer to move this test to eviction because it reuses eviction manager code and even tests disk pressure. Probably this is the reason. But I'm not sure if all. Let's see what this PR is doing. Yeah, this is just moving probably one test, node critical, and the reasoning is it reuses eviction manager code.
Yeah, looks like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense because it kind of like critical test. So
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. So just reviewing it, and probably Sergey and other people can review it. Sergey is out of office this week, so he might not be able to join in. This is something we looked at previously. Mark flaky jobs as flaky and move them to a different job. I don't think there were any concerns here. Yeah, just waiting for Sergey's approval. So I'll reach out to him next week. And the third one is already merged. Um, the next topic is about C Group V2 cryo jobs. So eventually, since C Group V1 would be deprecated, I think Kevin is trying to add. Oh, Kevin is on call
Yeah, sorry,
now.
I was having some issues with the Zoom. Uh, yeah, these are mostly just PRs for trying to add a corresponding C group B2 for.
Okay.
I was focusing on the cryo side and bringing it up because it would be nice to. I mean, container RD is a bit. Sorry, the cost ones. I'm not even really sure how to approach those because I think the image
Mm-hmm.
stuff is by default C group V1. So there might be something I want to bring up to this group to kind of see what paths we can take for making sure we have coverage in C groups V2.
Is this correct? Just follow up on and have a list of tests that need to have coverage for C Group 2. That's it. Thanks for bringing this up. I think your ask here is you're waiting for approvals on these PRs, right?
Yeah, I'm bringing them up. I mean, I think, yeah, pretty much just needs approvals.
Sounds good. Yeah. Sergey is out of office this week, so we can kind of pump this up again next week when he's back. Um, so, do you specifically need Sergey's approvals, or I mean, if it's kind of a
I can reach out to someone else or post on the channel and see. We just don't have a lot of approvers on Signode, so
okay. Yeah, I mean, if you can wait for a week, Sergey will be around. But if this is something that you want to watch this week, he's not around. Just an FYI.
yeah, no worries. I just put it on the agenda last week, so I didn't know.
Okay, sounds good. Um, so this is by Ed. Can we consider triaging signal PRs in this meeting?
yeah, I was just thinking that we are anyway triaging bugs and CI issues. So would it make sense to also include this into the meeting agenda? I mean, like doing it on more or less regular basis.
Okay. So when you say we want to triage, do you mean the ones in here, right?
Yes.
The
Yeah,
okay.
I'm usually doing it, but it would be nice if, like, more eyes will look at this thing. So, for example, I don't know, like currently there are only five left, but I need help with triaging them, and it happens from time to time. And people usually uh, help me with this, but if it would be just part of agenda, it would
Hmm.
be better probably.
Oh,
Just need your opinion on that. So, what do you think? As more or less all active reviewers are participating on this meeting, it probably wouldn't make it much longer.
but do you think we have enough people in this meeting?
Yes,
Okay.
well,
Good.
as far as I see, as I just said, that like most of the active reviewers are here. So
Okay. Okay. And we do not triage these PRs as part of any other group, right? We
no.
okay. So what were we doing before? Like it's kind of on ad hoc basis. Whoever wants to look at these PRs.
I I was basically doing it last year and a half or something like that. And like other people also, but I'm doing it more regularly, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll confirm with Sergey, but yeah, I think to me it makes sense. If if anyone else has any other opinion, uh, yeah, please let us know. So should we triage these now? We only have five, and then we can look at the other dashboards maybe from next time onwards.
Yeah, yeah, that would be great if we
Okay,
if we can.
sounds good. Let's take a look at the first one. By the way, I'm not walking over the test today because Anish has written a small script where he kind of keeps track of what percentage of tests are flaky and for what percentage of times. So maybe we can walk over that next week. So moving on to the PR triaging, field selector for services based on cluster IP and type. Implement a field selector for services that allow users to filter by cluster IP field and type. Use this new field to filter server-side headless services on Kubelet. Improve the scalability on environments with large number of headless services. So this is a feature. Services implement a field selector for cluster IP and type fields. Kubelet uses a field selector on services to avoid watching for the headless services and reduce the memory consumption. So is this for SIG node?
Yep.
Okay, and that's because we
Not only for SIG, maybe just like, yeah, it touches kubelet code, but it's mostly network related, as far as I can see.
okay. Yeah, I think for kubelet, it doesn't look like a big. I mean, uh, it looks like a big change, but yeah, more or less on other layers as well, right? Is it also related to storage?
It's more of an API. That package registry core stuff is not SIG storage, but API machinery kind of stuff.
Okay, okay. So would be 361 API machinery networking and Signal is my understanding
They're
correct?
all
Dikshita, can you CC me?
Sure.
Dikshita, can you CC me on this?
Can you please tell me your GitHub ID?
HARCHE.
Sounds good. So, who else do we want, like, whose attention do we want to get on this particular PR to move
As far as
forward?
I see, they want they want Kubelet to reduce add a filter on its informers. So we just want to make sure that we don't miss out in that line 4462. It adds a filter right on Kubelet. So I just want to make sure that this doesn't end up filtering something that shouldn't be filtered.
Okay. So I have a question. For changes like this, do we not kind of have a, maybe not a cap, but at least a discussion doc or something?
I think they Antonio has already given in description, so just have to map it what they had to say. I'm just seeing the filter. I just want to make sure the filter is doing the intended.
Okay.
Yeah, it has intended effect.
I'm just trying to see that if it requires other people to chime in, and also if it requires any other test coverage.
Yeah, test coverage definitely. But I need to see whether they have already added a test coverage or not.
Okay. Sounds
We'll
good.
see.
So, are you gonna look at this one?
Yeah, you can assign it to.
Okay. Yeah, please add comments about test coverage as well if you think that there is more needed.
Sure. Thanks.
Thank you. And where do I move this to then? Already triaged?
I
Yeah.
usually move it to need reviewer.
Sounds good. Uh, the next one, skip init container NUMA calculation if init is admitted. Uh, what type of PR is this? I don't know. Okay, when kubelet restart, it will recalculate admit for every pod in the node. In some cases, memory manager will return false even if the init container is already allocated with the resource. Okay. The PR is to skip init container topology calculation if init container is already started. Uh, okay, we have Swati and Francesco on this. Can someone help me understand what's the PR about? I don't know what is admit here.
So, hello, Francesco here. This is one APR I wanted to have a look, but didn't manage so far. But it's about memory manager. It's about memory manager affinity and behavior, and it mentions admit because yeah, thank you indeed for sharing the issue. Thank you for sharing the issue. And this is because the memory manager and the resource manager, they are basically running in the admission loop. So admit is the entry point when pod are enter the kubelet, they go through the admission, and this is where memory manager engages. And about the PR itself, I will need to have a look because it feels like, well, need to really understand what's going on. So yeah, if someone wants to jump in, by all means do. Yeah, I want to have a look, but I was struggling to find some time lately.
Okay. So you are already CC'd. Do you want me to assign it to you or no?
Yes, please. Again, if someone wants to take a look, feel free, but I totally want to, so feel free.
I'll also CC myself because I'm just interested in learning what's going on.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So even for this one, I move it to needs reviewer, or do we want to keep it
Yeah,
in March?
yeah, I would move it to need reviewer. Well, we assigned it, so
Okay,
Francesco will look at it.
sounds good. Sorry about the delay here. Fix container restart due to pod spec field. Is this my internet or is it the GitHub UI? Okay. Fix container restart due to pod spec field changes. This is kind feature. The kubelet should hash on fields that it considers as mutable for the life of container. This can prevent pod restart caused by modification of pod spec default value in the following two situations. If an alpha field that is not defaulted graduates to adding a default in beta, an API server upgrade from alpha to beta will modify this data. Okay. If the field is enabled through feature gate, if we disable the gate and enable the gate, the data will also be modified. Oh. According to this comment, we know that the pods will be drained when upgrading kubelet, so we can change this mechanism on a minor version boundary. Want to see what this comment is about? Okay. There was
I think it might be related to the in-place pod vertical scaling feature. Maybe, I know there are some people looking at that one now.
I see. Okay. Uh, yeah, it's it also talks about VPA. I think hash container without resources should probably go away. So my understanding is Jordan is actively involved here. Um, and I think this looks like a plausible behavior change that we want. So what should be the actionable? What should be our action?
I mean, for this meeting, we should find a reviewer for it, but
Um,
I can
1.31 anyway. So
and a reviewer in which area? Should it be specifically?
this is all SIG Node for sure. It's not
Yeah, but
really an area that I know much about though. So, but I don't know. It's there. It's linked with the in-place pod vertical
yeah,
scaling. Could we bring that up in that working group and see?
yeah, I can do that. I don't know what's Tim's.
All clear?
Oh, just found it.
We'll talk.
Not sure who else should I CC. I mean, who should I assign it to? I'm not sure, so I'll keep it in the notes and then follow up and have an assignee there. All right. Uh, I'm keeping it in the triage until I follow up on this one, and then we'll move it to needs reviewer. Set the kubelet archive logs permission from.
About this one, if you click on the issue, there's more discussion there. I mean, someone bringing up a valid point, but I don't really know. Like they want to change the file permissions for the kubelet logs. I think Sasha and I pointed out that this is a breaking change. I don't know what the feeling is here. I don't have a strong.
Do we have the
Hey, actually, I agree with both of you, meaning, yeah, makes sense, but yeah, it's a breaking change. So maybe let's raise it into the wider SIG Node team.
All right, sounds good. So I think that's all for the agenda, and the test triaging we are gonna do it next week. Peter, do you want to drive the bugs triaging?
yes. Let's. All right.
Yes.
Can I share? Let me take the screen. Oh, you've got it. All right. I think it's disabled, right? I think I need to be given host. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what's this? Yeah. I want to screen. Yes. Okay. I know how to work Zoom for sure. Oh, it's just a small little. It's so weird. I don't know why it's doing this, but How is this for people once I do that? How does it look? Do you see a browser?
It's
I
actually dark.
I see a black
Cool.
screen.
I might drop off for a moment and come back in the browser. I've used the Wayland app that is not working. I'll just be back 1 second.
All right, I'm back. Okay. And now we can see my screen.
Yes.
And it's a browser, the triage board.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you. Alrighty. Bug triage. Let's go. Kuba fails to restart with CPU manager policy static when nodes when some CPU is offline. I think, did we talk about this? We talked about this last week. I'm chatting with the author of this now, sort of debating. I mean, I agree that it could be considered. It's kind of a feature. I think we should have triage accepted it, so it's not in this board. But I think it's a feature, and
I agree with you. Did you cut you?
Pardon?
Because I would like to mention that there is an effort about dynamic node resizing,
Yeah,
which could fit nicely. Maybe you mentioned already or linked already. I don't remember.
yeah, that's my point. I couldn't. Oh, I meant to. I found the dynamic node resizing cap and then I lost it. And I meant to post it as a note here. But yes, I did mention that there is a cap trying to do that.
Exactly. Yes.
So yes, basically that's the point, and we're just kind of debating whether or not it's a bug independent of that. So the last response is like, actually, I think it's real. Like it's not really a hot plug situation, but yeah. So this has been triaged last week. Do you want me to tag you, Francesco? Do you want, or do you have any additional?
Yeah, I think I found the issue which should lead us to the document and the cap and everything. Let me share here, and then I comment the issue.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what are we trying to do with the CPU managers and the memory managers? I know that Francesco, you try to kind of start a conversation about that on SIG Node, but like generally it seems like we're getting quite a bit of issues around features related to this.
I can give you my take, but it's just my take. Okay, so my take that bugs are okay, bugs, and we should fix it. The only fix them. The only issue is likely the capacity. Problem is some bug are and some issues we are eating are not real. Okay, just bug. Okay, this if is wrong. This 0 should be 1 or vice versa. They will likely call for more substantial changes or refactoring. This is my feeling, at least again. And for them, I really do think we should keep evolving this so-called classic management up until the brave new world materializes, be it based on Dre or whatever. There is a lot of energy around that, but again, this is my thoughts, and I will really love to have a SIG-wide conversation about these topics. Where to cut the line when a feature is too big, when a refactoring is too big, when an enhancement is too big, this I don't know. So,
okay. But I mean, is DRA really? I mean, I guess CPU manager. I know DRA is around devices. I guess it seems like the CPU manager is more about handling this inside of kubelet without a device. So are these kind of mutually exclusive?
at this point in time, yes. Now, I would love to talk about that, but I didn't want to hijack the meeting. So maybe let's chat offline about that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool. Done with that one. Next up, graceful node shutdown does not trigger on node shutdown with shutdown -h now. That makes sense because it's being shut down immediately, right? That just seems like. Okay, no one can argue that's wrong. Oh, okay, so it's a documentation bug. Does anyone want to take a look at this? It seems like the graceful shutdown documentation is not correctly reflecting the behavior. Cool. Well, I can see that. It's almost, I would almost even wonder if this is kind of a feature of documentation. Like, I just don't think that this. Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
The
Yeah,
shutdown minus H now still calls init, right?
In what context? Sorry.
In the context of OS, like the whatever init is responsible for shutting down the OS.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if maybe systemd or whatever init they're using, probably systemd statistically, is just not is not doing the dbus send call because the now was requested. So it just seems like a particular behavior of systemd.
No, so the now is only means start now. You can do +30 as they say, and it will start in future time, but it will still shut down the node gracefully. So they are complaining that.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's not power off. It's not you're not pulling the power cable. It is still gracefully shutting down. It's just saying you do it now.
Well, it seems they're reporting that isn't happening. It seems like doing shutdown -h now is not getting the prepared for shutdown signal. Like it's the kubet's not reacting as if it had gotten the signal.
So this would be bug, right?
Okay, so it is a bug. Okay. Do you want to take a look at this?
Yeah, sure.
More information. Thank you. Okay. Skips init containers beyond first during some pod restarts.
Can you assign this to me, Peter, please?
Sure. You got it. Do you think it sounds legit?
It does.
Should I accept it?
Yeah, sort of. It's legit.
Cool. Cheers. Restarting a kubelet should never affect the running workload. That's not true.
Care to explain why, please?
Well, I mean, at the very least, it holds open the exec session. So if you're relying on an exec, like that'll get interrupted.
That's a very good point. But the reporter was I'm pretty sure the reporter was talking about thinking about the pod which were happily running for their workload, which could get, like, for example, device reassignment, CPU reassignment, and things like this. So in this case, and we had a conversation we in an issue some months ago about that, and Clayton commented something along those lines. Okay, kubelet restart should not perturb the workload, unless okay. Possibly exec is something we didn't thought in time, correct? But about that, yeah. So
Cool.
yeah.
Okay. So it at least is the intention that, you know, a normal execution kubelet restart shouldn't affect.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will probably can spell out the cases like you mentioned. Okay, in some cases it can, but about the resource assignment, for example, I think it's pretty legit, and this is why I accepted the original issue. Then it was closed for reason I don't remember, and then I suggested, okay, let's open a new one, and this is this one.
I see. This one looks like you did accept it, and it did not, wasn't reflected in the board. So cool. So it seems like we're in a triage state. Bug is legit, and we just need someone to look at it.
This could be one of the changes I was mentioning previously. With okay, technically it's a bug, but it could possibly call for some non-trivial changes in the kubelet.
Yeah,
this is my feeling.
What changes in the kubelet don't need non-trivial changes at this point?
Documentation fixes probably.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. All right, thank you for that context. Then we're good here. Oh, this was tagged in that last one, right? Or was this a different one? Oh yeah, we just talked about this.
Yeah, we had a PR for it.
Cool. So we are accepted, and we're good. Anyone accepted with the label?
Yeah.
I thought this. It looked like this. I thought that this was supposed to move things around automatically, but it doesn't seem like that's actually happening, which is. I wonder what's up with that. But so which means I also need to move this to triage and this one to triage as well. Okay, cool. So we have triage. Wait, is this? Did we look at? No, we were looking at this one, and it's triage now. Okay, cool. And this is a different one that I think we're gonna get to later, but we'll just do it now. And we similarly think that this is a legitimate issue because there's a fix for it, and we're just debating it over there. Oh no, this is the one. Sorry, getting my wires crossed. Okay, we did accept it, and so it should be accepted. Okay, it's been done. Cool. A couple more need triage. Yes. This one they attempted to bring up in SIG Node, I believe. Where was this left off? Just have Tim looking at it.
It looks like it links to another issue. So.
Yeah, what's this one? This one, pull request. Ah, yes. And this, we're just sort of waiting on Tim to look at. So I'm gonna, we can accept this because it seems and I think it's a important long-term. Does anyone have any thoughts on this one before we move on? Cool. All right. Readiness prober timeout does not run as expected. Default timeout. So the prober is running after the kubelet has decided to give up on it. Default timeout in code. Or add an official doc. Okay. So it seems we're not canceling some context somewhere. Image. Could find that. The CRI exec command, it only runs the date. Okay, so it seems like this is a container D issue. Because cry also works. So we can track it in the container debug. Oh, it's fixed also, so that's extra cool. All right, failed to do, oh, this. Yeah.
Remember we were waiting for logs.
Have
they given the logs?
I think we did get some logs. No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
That was not from the run we wanted. Yeah. Initially, I thought it was some run C issue, but not really.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that there's a process left in the C group, and someone's not cleaning it up. I actually don't remember which CRI this is. It would be. It's not telling us. Container D. So it's possible container D is missing some process inside of the C group, and then run C can't delete it.
Yeah, possibly.
All right. I think we can accept it. Well, let's wait. Well, what do folks think? We could accept it. It could end up being a container debug or a run C bug. So it's possible it won't end up being cube. Seems like a problem, but also we haven't personally reproduced. Should we accept it yet, or do you think we should wait?
I think we could wait.
Cool. I will wait. We can leave it here then. All right. 2 more. Okay. Did we already talk about this? I recognize. Maybe I just triaged it on my own. So yeah, so Patrick was able to find instances where we dropped characters during an exec in the end-to-end tests. And so does anyone
Drop
want to
characters as in like those characters don't make it to the machine? Like what does happen?
Yeah, so it seems like somewhere in between the container outputting it or sends one byte to cat in the container via standard in and checks what comes out on send it out. And it does that for each bytes. And then so it just drops white space, it seems. So I wonder if the test was using a terminal or not. Might be kind of tough to see from here, but yeah, so it just seems like we're dropping some white space when we do some exec. I'm not sure what kind of exec this is. Like if it uses a terminal or uses standard in.
So Peter, if you were gonna look into this one, is this, I guess Adam Jordan says, I guess SIG Node owns the exec API, but I guess that's a CRI.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess it's something it's either in the CRI protocol or it's in the CRI implementation. It would be interesting to see if the CRI implementations differ in this behavior, which is possible. I would be surprised if the kubelet actually has anything to do with it here, because the kubelet should just be relaying, like it exposes a URL to the Kube API server and holds it open, but it's not doing it shouldn't be doing anything on the data itself. So it's like somewhere between the container printing this character, CRI reading the character, CRI sending it over the URL, it's getting dropped. And it's not super clear which sort of step that's happening at.
I see.
Would it be possible their test case is just cleaning the white spaces?
Sure. That would be possible. It would probably take a little bit more investigation to see if that's happening. I mean, it looks like it's,
Yeah, no,
doing an
cannot
exact.
really.
It's it would just take a little bit more investigation, I think.
There's a preserve white space equals false in there, which might be doing it.
That is a great catch. Yes. I mean, that seems like a pretty, like a smoking gun right there. I'm gonna. Do you want to comment it, or I can comment it?
Yeah, if you could comment on it, that's fine.
All right. So we can put this to needs information. Yeah, that seems honestly likely. So this might not even be a bug. Good catch. Leave that there. Okay. Empty dir directories were not cleaned after a pod deleted.
Should probably ask to verify it on the latest version. So he.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Good call.
And another thing is this looks like a SIG storage issue to me.
Yeah. So it seems like we did say that before, and someone did find it on 126, which is as of now out of support, but just barely. So do you think that that changes your opinion that we should ask them to reproduce it on the latest?
Yeah, that changes. But we should ask someone from SIG storage to look at it.
Okay, I will leave it untriaged for now, and we can sort of wait on SIG storage taking us in a direction. So that finishes that. I see Kevin just asked if we could cover one, so let's do it. PR.
Yeah,
Oops.
because Peter, you and I are getting tagged on it, and I honestly don't have a clue. I don't know why I'm getting tagged, but
Oh, as someone in SIG Node, it seems. Okay, so yeah, what's up here? This is a whole lot.
I think there's like a lot of people are bringing up issues with volumes and mounting, like if pods are. What is? Sorry, I forgot what this one was again.
Well, this is because like this CSI code is under kubelet directory, but again, so it looks like a SIG storage issue to me.
I think we're being asked to advise on this situation. Like it seems like we're they're looking for some when a volumes on mount, updating a pod condition named pod terminated may solve the problem. So I think they're asking if we should add that condition to the pod state.
Okay, that makes sense then. So yeah, it could be related to SIG node.
Actually, switch those clauses. All right. Yeah, so this, does that sort of cover it for you, Kevin, or do you want to talk about this more?
No, that was perfect. I just saw it in my email inbox today, and I was like, I didn't have a really strong feeling on this one. So
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like we're just being asked for advice. Okay, cool. Did anyone have any other pieces they'd like to talk about? It looks like we're all triaged. Mostly triaged. Cool. All right. Well, I guess we can give everyone back 5 minutes. Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you.